Joe, action.
Let's not do this.
Joe, come on, do it.
What do I say? Welcome to the best self-diagnosed reseller
Well, you have to come up
leftovers
with your own.
podcast.
You have to come up with your own uh,
That sounds good.
intro.
I believe in Jimmy. So, are you going to talk? Or are you going to switch us back?
Well, you're supposed to introduce us.
That's Dan in Demand. I'm Joe Philly Picker, and absent this week is Jimmy.
What is it? Just this week?
I believe so.
I hope so. I mean, we're what 30 minutes before we're supposed to start recording.
Hey, something
Jimmy
came up.
bailed on us.
I don't like where I'm at on this. Can you switch me?
What do you want to? There's only two of us, Joe.
I know, but I want to be back on that side.
Well, I want to be on the. Oh, I don't want to say that. That's weird.
Where do you want to be, Dan?
I'll on the left, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Are you? Oh, you want to be on the right, Joe? Okay.
We're back to that, right? Political talk.
Well, I mean, what? So, what episode are we on, Joe? You didn't say that either.
We're episode 32. I'm
All
sorry,
right.
I'm new at that. I usually sit down the bot. Oh no, I'm on the right. Sit on the right. And
Definitely. But during the podcast, you're also on the right.
yes.
Okay.
So just tell us who you're voting for, Dan.
No, we're not talking about that, Joe. Is this not? That's probably why Jimmy didn't want to do the podcast today. Or I don't know. I don't know. He just said he was too busy. Didn't want to do it with us. We're gonna. I don't even know what we're supposed to talk about today, Joe.
Well, we were going to talk about his birthday. Happy birthday, Jimmy!
Yeah, happy birthday.
If you
Jimmy.
are listening to this,
you think he's listening?
well, I hope so. I hope he's.
So far, we're 2 minutes in, and he's probably mad. He's probably mad that we said he quit. 30 minutes before. So you probably started a fight, Joe. Way to go.
I didn't start no fight. I'm saying
started a fight.
Happy 30th birthday to Jimmy.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday. All right. Well, what are we supposed to do now, Joe?
We're supposed to talk about reselling, I think.
How was your reselling this weekend? It was Memorial Day weekend. Did you do a lot of yard selling and stuff?
I did go to some yard sales. Yeah, at first, one of my items that was on my bucket list I found this week.
Oh, what's that?
A To-Me suitcase.
Oh, you found one?
Yeah.
Where at a yard sale?
At a yard sale.
Oh,
$10.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the bigger ones. So I don't know how I'm going to ship this thing. It's like 20.
Just slap a label on it. It's a suitcase.
Yeah, just wrap it in
it's like cellophane.
Yeah, it's a 20. I think it's 27 by 20 by 17. I think that's the size. It's one of the roll. It's like the full size suitcase. It's not like a carry on.
Ugh. Do they sell? Do those sell on eBay?
I think so. I was buying it anyway because I wanted to say that I found the To-Me. I've been looking for one of those forever.
You could just keep it.
No, I don't really travel that often, so.
Are you serious? You're always traveling.
Yeah, but do you hit like an age where you get to like suitcases? Because I never travel with a suitcase. It's usually like a duffel bag. Do I have to grow up and hit that stage of?
If I go someplace far, I'll take a suitcase, but I don't go anywhere far. I haven't left Indiana since like 2017.
Mm.
What year is it? 7 years. I went to Las Vegas. I took a suitcase.
Yeah, I think last time I went to Disney, I probably took a suitcase. But like if I travel, I usually travel. Is that right? Travel locally? Is that the surrounding states? I usually just pack a duffel bag. I don't
like if you just go for a weekend.
Yeah, like I went away this weekend. I went to the Jersey Shore this weekend for Memorial Day, and I just packed a duffel bag, a couple pairs of shorts, a couple t-shirts.
How long you're gone? Like 3 days?
Yeah,
2 days.
Yeah, 3 days.
So while you're there, were you working? Do you go to yard sales in the Jersey Shore?
Yeah. I went.
Is that where you found the To-Me?
Yeah, oh. I found it in Cape May, New Jersey. It's a little bit. It's probably like 20. I stayed in Wildwood, New Jersey, and Cape May's probably like a half hour away.
Oh.
And they had it wasn't a town wide, but they had a lot of sales, but they were all over the place. Like I had to drive in between. It wasn't like you just park your car and walk. It was, you had to drive to the next one, to the next one. But I found some good stuff. I found some DVDs. What else I find? A pair of Hoka running shoes, but I bought them and didn't really inspect them. And then the inside, the heel, how the inside
How bad was it?
is pretty bad. But I only paid $5 for them, so they're worse than that.
Yeah, if you're listening to us on your favorite audio podcast. Oh, I don't even know if do I sound okay?
Yeah,
I didn't check my what do you call it?
Your audio?
Yeah, I didn't check my audio.
So, but yeah, that was it. I found, what else did I find? I found a Penn fishing reel that I can't find any comps for that exact model. But I only paid $5 for it. I think it's going to be pretty good. I did see one that was for parts not working, and someone took an offer. They had it listed for like $79, and they took an offer on it. So I'm assuming this is pretty decent. I just going to have to make a price up for it.
When you sell a fishing reel, do it always have like the fishing line on it, or is that something?
Well, this is a new one, so I don't think it does have any line on it. It's in the package. It's in the package. Yeah.
Because like 2 weekends ago when I was at the bins, I found 2 fishing reels, and both of them, the fishing line was kind of messed, just stretched out.
Mm-hmm.
And I just picked them up and I looked up the model numbers, and both of them didn't look like they were worth anything, so I just put them back.
I don't know much. I don't know much.
I started thinking, I'm like, I don't know, this it's supposed to come with a line. Like, is this gonna be a mess? Because it was kind of like all over the place.
Well, the guy the guy that had the fishing reels, he had fishing reels, and then he had all clothing. So I looked at the fishing reels. I don't know much about them. Like I said, this was only in the package or whatever. I picked it up. I asked them how much. I asked them some of the other fishing reels. I said, are they all the same price, or are they? And he said, no, they're all different. So I picked up a couple. He was like, that's $40. That's $30. I was figuring that the ones that were open, I did look up a couple models, and he was like spot on of what the prices were. One was, he said, my best one is this Penn. I forget what it was, whatever model it was. And I did look it up. And then I asked him if he had any video games. And his immediate response to me was, let me guess, you're a reseller.
What'd you say?
I said, I am gonna resell this. And he said, okay. And then I felt awkward.
Did you shake his hand?
No.
Oh, you should have shook his hand.
So, and then he proceeded to go talk to somebody else. I think he was upset because I asked for video games. Well, I guess he figured I was a reseller at that point.
Should have lied and said no.
Yeah. Well, I try not to lie, Dan. I try to.
Oh, lying is wrong, Joe.
I'm just telling you, I try not to.
I bought these. So I found a pair of Hokas. I went to the bins on Friday. Yeah, Friday.
Did they run any sales at the bins, like for Memorial Day sale or anything else like that?
No, like, so when I always wonder that, because when you watch like Harry Tornado, he goes, the bins are like half off day.
Yeah.
And mine doesn't, like, any, like, yesterday Memorial Day was half off
at the bins.
At the regular store. I think the bins is like, you already get this stuff so cheap, we're not gonna give it to you for cheaper. But that would be nice. That'd be awesome. Because going back to Harry Tornadoes, they have like different prices for, like, he fills a bag of plush for like 50 cents or $1, right?
Yeah.
And like the electronics is everything is $1.59 a pound for everything except for books. Books are 75 cents for hardback, and then 50 cents for paperback. And then they do have a few if it's like a bookshelf. But like before, I find like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
I want to pay that by the pound. Like, it's not worth it.
Oh, they charge that by the pound too?
Yeah, by the pound.
Yeah. Usually the heavier stuff from the videos I watch, some of the people at the bins, the heavier stuff is like a flat.
That's
like
why
$5.
That's why I asked, because I watch everyone in the videos. They it's always something different, and they acted like I was nuts when I asked them that. So I just threw the bowling ball back. You like waste. I mean, no one's buying.
Are you sure that's why they looked at you
I'm
like you
not
were nuts?
nuts.
I'm
No,
just
so
saying.
huh?
I was just asking. That
You
was
think I'm crazy?
no. I'm just asking.
I'm pretty normal, Joe.
You are. You are. I did. Speaking of hardback books, I did find another. I've been looking for series 1 or year 1 of Harry Potter, and I found another one this week.
Oh, really?
Series 1
So
$1.
how many do you have?
I have 2 series 1, but I still can't find where all my other Harry Potter books are.
Like
they're in the garage somewhere in a box from the move. So
when you move, you should mark what's in them.
yeah, Dan, I should have
should
did a
mark.
lot of things different with the move, but
Wait, so you don't know which ones you need? Like
no,
what?
I believe I needed season 1 or year. What do they call it?
Year
one.
one.
Yeah, year 1 to complete a set. But I had some other ones too. So
because that other a few weeks when Tim was on, I just found that what do you call it? The year 5, I think.
mm-hmm.
And you could have bought that from me, Joe.
What, year 5? I might not need year 5.
But you don't know if you do or not.
If I do need, look, I'm going to find them this week, and if I do need year 5, I will purchase it from you. Did you list it?
Yeah, and I've sold it already too.
Oh, see, you didn't hold it for me.
You didn't. I didn't know you needed it. I'm gonna. I have to look it up. Tell us a joke, Joe. Why look it up?
Tell us a joke. I don't know if I have any.
Okay, I sold it for last. I don't know what did. Oh, last Wednesday. I did a whatnot show, and I was supposed to. I wanted to sell. I think I mentioned it on here last week. We mentioned it. I was gonna sell my. I wanted to sell 100 items. I needed to sell 90 to hit my 1,000 sales, but I made it. I wanted to sell 100, and I did it. Well, I sold 98. Well,
Right.
I really sold 76, and I was gonna quit and just like worry about it later. But some people that were in the chat were like just and I want to say antagonizing me to keep going, but they're pushing me to keep going.
It's probably encouraging you.
Yes, encouraging. That's a better word.
Yeah.
I felt so
antagonizing
bad,
you.
I felt so bad. I felt horrible. I sold 76, so that would have I was 14 short, and it like everything was going pretty good, and then like I just my stuff like I listed 80 or 90, 80 or 90, maybe 80 something, and I had some that were like multi quantities. So that's how I was hoping to hit the sales I needed, and it's that after 76, it kind of just died out. Like the just some people that have been there, they're there hanging out, like just pushing me to do it, and it just felt like it wasn't gonna happen, and they were encouraging me, Joe.
Encouraging, right?
Not antagonizing me,
right.
But I felt super guilty because I felt like people were buying stuff that they didn't want to buy, and they were buying it just so I could reach my goal, which I 100% appreciate. But I just like it wasn't. I shouldn't have put that as a title. It's the same thing as. Do you remember on my YouTube channel when I was gonna stay online until I hit 500 subscribers?
Yeah.
And I went like 3 hours and I didn't even come close. It was just something to write, like just the title. That was titling it. So I thought the 100 items were. I think it was gonna be
those people. You got to remember the people there are supporting you. That's what I think it comes down to, is that they wanted to see you hit your goal to sell they hit your 1,000 sales.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
And they were supporting you either way. You know what I mean? I mean, I supported you too, even though you bullied me.
I bullied you.
Yeah,
I bullied because I felt so bad. I had a few things that I was like, you have to. I tried to get you to buy a Harry Potter book. You wouldn't buy it. I sold it for $4. So I bought that at that yard sale for $2. A few episodes back, and then I sold it for $4 on whatnot, minus fees and everything. Probably made like 50 cents, maybe.
Right? Okay. Well, you bullied me into buying some stickers from you.
Did you get the stickers?
I think they did come. Like you said, I got home late. Of course.
Why would you open them?
No, I don't think I got them yet. I did check the mail last night. Did you ship them out on time?
I shipped them out the same day. So, but I will tell you, like shipping was a nightmare. So I sold like so many items, and I don't know how many episodes of the podcast I complain about how much room I don't have in here. But my room is so small, and I'm surrounded by stuff. So when I was selling everything, no one tells you everything I sell is usually like I've done those garage sale raid trains where it's like 30, 40 items is the most I list, and I might sell 20 to 30 maybe if
All
I'm
right.
lucky. But I have an empty tote, and when I sell it, I put it in the tote.
Right.
So when I'm listing, I was trying to sell 100 items. So I had like I think I said 80 something multi quantities, but like I already had no room in here at all. And on top of it, I just had stuff everywhere that I listed. So when I sold something, I just put it back where it was sitting. So when I
Uh,
ended up selling everything, like everything was mixed in with what was didn't sell and what sold. Like the stuff that sold was mixed in with the stuff that didn't sell, and then there was like stuff that was small that was in little boxes, and it was just a complete mess. So when I was sitting here trying to find when I sold something, I was having to dig and try to find everything. So there's some people bought. It was easy. Some people bought one or two things. I found it pretty quick. But if you bought more than one thing for me, it took. I did it all the next day. I did it on Thursday, but I sold. I got. If you bought one thing for me, that day I shipped it out. Like I got most of that, most of it. There might have been a few that weren't. Some people might. There's some people that bought like one big thing for me that I had to like, get boxes and stuff for. But not. I mean, I go out to the garage. I didn't do them that day, but the next day I spent 4.5 hours shipping the next day. So I really wasn't.
well,
It was,
I like I said, I don't sell and whatnot. Everybody pretty much knows that. I'm not saying that I'm totally against it, but I do think that there's a lot more work in the back end of, behind the scenes part of it where you're listing it and you're, sorting it. And then you got to, when went to what was the yard sale I went to in Virginia at Kevin's, Kevin has the best setup. I mean, he runs the item, someone hands him the item, he runs the item, and then he
yeah.
puts it in a tote. And once the tote's full, that's it. You know what I mean? But there's so
Yeah.
much more behind the scenes stuff that people don't.
I don't have a good. So then it turned into everything on here. I don't have like I don't know if I've mentioned it on here, probably, but I don't have a desk. It's like it's a plastic shelf. It's just I mean these are plastic. I don't. Can you tell on screen that that's like I mean it's not like a good.
It's plastic.
I mean it's plastic, and that's what I got my computer on right now. It's plastic.
Oh, one of
There's
them. One of them. What's it cut
yeah.
down like
Yeah,
too
it's just
high?
like so where the blue like this is
Yeah.
gone. And then like my listing area is the same is one of these too, but it's not all the way up. It's not all the way up. So I those are I'm getting a little carried. You can't see this if you're listening to us. See up here on the top? That's not supposed to be anything heavy because I'm scared that the shelf's gonna fall on top of me. I'm gonna get trapped underneath it. So I don't want anything taller than I am. And I'm
Right.
like 5'6", so I'm not that tall to begin. I'm not tall anyway. But I don't want anything to fall on me because I don't want to be trapped underneath a shelf. So they're all like, I don't know, chest high or probably waist high. But anyway, this is my desk.
Okay.
But so anytime you try to ship something and you move tape, you bump the desk. That's not a desk; it's a shelf. I mean, nothing's. You know what I'm saying? Am I
Well,
making any sense?
I mean, did you ever consider getting a setup or doing something different for it?
I mean, yeah, because I sell clothes. And I sit here and I do my clothes, and I don't have to do anything with clothing. When you start shipping big stuff or heavy stuff, then
Yeah.
it becomes a mess. Yeah, half the time I'm messing around. Like I don't spend any money. Like, I bought all this stuff when I was working, so like these shelves weren't cheap, and I don't. I should. I need to do something. It's tough. I don't ever think about anything else that I'm supposed to be doing other than trying to get stuff to sell, listing stuff to sell, shipping the stuff that I sold. Like I don't take time to do any other stuff. Do you?
I try to.
But you don't, right?
Uh,
Like
no, well, after that, when I moved almost a year ago, I thought I'd have this whole thing, this whole vision of having my setup.
Your shelves behind are still empty.
They're still empty. I mean, I'm slow to get around the things, but like
it's tough.
I had this envision of having, a perfect shipping station, somewhere to take pictures of anything, whether it be clothing, big items, everything. Just have, because at the last house, it was almost like I had to set up every time I wanted to take pictures. I had to set up something, so it was discouraging to go in and do, and do that. It was like it was work before you had to do work.
Yep.
And so I said, of course I'm going to have this thing, but I do have a shipping. I mean a picture station over here, or whatever you want to call it. It's like a bar top table, and then I have some hardwood flooring planks that go across it, but it collects stuff throughout the week. If I'm not doing something, I like right now I have stuff on it that I should be listing or redonating or throwing out or whatever. So then I got to clear that off to take pictures. So it's just I think a good workstation is what you need. That's what.
But just a good work environment.
And work environment, okay.
Right? Is that the right?
Yeah.
Like I have another shelf, like just like this shelf that I have my desk on. That's not, my shelf that I have my computer on. Next to it is a shelf, and underneath of it, because this isn't even all my space. My brother's my roommate, and he has access to this room too. So underneath Joseph over on that shelf, there's like yellow banker boxes down there. Those are my brother's, and my brother has on this shelf next to me over on the right side, the last shelf, he has shelves, and then there's a shelf like just that I have my computer on, right next to where I do my hard goods pictures and my shoes for the pictures. There's another shelf there. The top part's mine. There's bottom two are all my brother's. Those are my brother's stuff. So it's like I don't even have access to everything in here.
Does he resell too?
No. So some of the stuff is resell stuff from when I first started. When I first started reselling, he saw what I was doing, and then he would stop at Goodwill and then buy stuff. But he was buying the same types of stuff. He was watching my videos, and he was buying the same types of stuff I was buying. So there's puzzles down here. There's PlayStation 2 games that.
Well, when do you think the right time is to get rid of that stuff? Because I struggle with that too.
Last year, I don't think he's gonna listen to this. Last year, I took out. I went through the boxes and I took out everything that. He's like, you could do whatever you want with it. I said, okay. So I started going through stuff, and I found I don't know what it's called. It's not the same thing, but it's those Mr. Bubbles or Mr. Shower. You know what I'm talking about? That's that shower thing I don't know if it's still worth a lot of money now. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Bubbles. What is it called?
What, the thing that sprays the cleaning stuff around?
Yeah. Yeah. You put it in the shower.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? What's
yeah.
it called?
Yeah.
But it wasn't that, but it was from the same brand or something. I think it was something I looked up. I'm like, oh, this sells pretty good. I don't know what I'm looking up. Maybe someone knows that's listening. It's not really worth it. It's just something. It was something that it was worth some money. So I listed it and I sold it the same day. And I had everything sorted out. And there was a pair of shorts in here, and there was some glasses that weren't really worth any. Salt and pepper shake. Nothing was like, hey, if you don't want this, I'm just gonna donate it. And he's like, no, don't do anything. Leave it. I want it. I'm like, you told me I could do whatever. And he saw the I had listed. I had the things out that I listed, the things that were worth money, whatever they're called. I wish I knew, because this sounds stupid that I'm saying this story. But he took them and he put them in the bathroom, and I saw them in the bathroom. I'm like, oh, I listed these. And then they sold before I talked to him, and I shipped them out, and he was so mad that I gave him the money for it. I'm like, and he's like, well, I would have kept them. I'm like, well, you told me to do whatever I wanted with this stuff. So I just put everything back and I left it, and that's what I mean. So. Yeah. And that's how it is. So I don't have access. I don't remember. Why am I telling you this stuff? Oh, so anyway, I have to move everything too when I list it. I have another show and tell thing. I bought this at the bins this last weekend. It's a CNC, Mattel CNC. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those, you hit it, you pull the lever. Did that come through? Did you hear it?
I didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear it? What? Oh, because I have headphones on.
Well, no, I don't think that matters.
Right. Wait,
you still talk.
Oh yeah.
I did hear that. What did it say?
So
What
the
was it?
coyote goes. But so anyway, I went through this last week, and I took the pictures and I put it away, and like I forgot to like record it. I was listening to a podcast, and I didn't stop the podcast to record that worked, and I was gonna put a video on my eBay listing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, oh, I should go do that, but I had already listed everything and took pictures, and I moved this bunch of stuff on top of where I list over here, so then I would have to take it all down and move it. So this afternoon, someone messaged me, if it works, send me a video. So now I have like just a mountain. I have like 4 pairs of shoes on my hard good section over here, but there's a bin of toys on top of a um, dog bed that I bought Dodger a few weeks ago at a garage sale that he hates. I got him a new dog bed, and he doesn't like it. And it's like a good dog bed, and I don't know what to do with it. So I just have it in here, and now I've started using it to store stuff on top of.
Try to sell it on Facebook Marketplace.
That's what I thought. I don't want to meet someone though. Oh, I did, but I did the local pickup on Whatnot.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, there's a few people, well, not a few people, it's a couple that I met through Paul Philly Flipper in his live Whatnot show, that they live not too far from the bins. So they told me, they're like, do local pickup. So I didn't really know how to work, so I didn't do it. So I promised them the last week I was going to do it, so I did it, and that's how I ended up at the bins on Friday. All that because I went to the bins on Friday. That's how we got there.
So did you exchange your?
Yeah, I did it. It was pretty good. Yeah, I met them up there. They sourced a little bit. They bought like, so they got so much stuff, and so I mean, I suck at the bins now. Watching them like tear through the bins, they were there less time than I was and bought probably twice as much stuff. They were like clothes because I hate digging through the clothes. I need to go.
That's weird to me that you hate digging through the clothes, but you're a clothing reseller.
Because they have all the clothes are all tied up together. They're all like twined together. Is that the right word? They're all twisted together.
All right.
So like, and then when I go there, I end up going into the shoes, and I dig through the shoes forever. And then by the time I get done with the shoes, I'm kind of tired. And then I go start looking through the hard goods. And then when I go to the clothing, I'll look a little bit. But when I start pulling and stuff, I'm like, I'm kind of over this. I want to go home. And then I leave. So when I really want clothes, well, plus the shoes do better. Shoes are, when I go to buy clothes, the clothes are, I end up buying stuff that's sells for $15. Like, a pair of shoes are always going to sell for like $20, right? Most of the time. Most of the time. Yeah. Sandals, I'll list sandals and stuff, or kids' shoes. I'll sell some like kids' Crocs and stuff that'll be like $13, $14. But most of the time, shoes are at least $20, right?
Mm-hmm.
I found a pair of gosh, I can't even remember the name of the. I did take a picture of them. Brunt boots.
Brunt.
It was like right when I walked in. I think it's what it's called. I gotta look.
Did you go to any yard sales this weekend?
No. So Friday I went. So Thursday I did. I spent the whole day shipping, and Friday I went to the bins, and then Saturday we ended up. I talked about it on my Whatnot show before. We're getting like a new bathroom installed, like a bathtub shower thing. So demolition started on that on Saturday, and it's just been kind of hectic. Like, I've just been kind of staying out of the way, but like just being.
Are you getting in there and helping? Are you doing some demo?
My stepdad doesn't want he doesn't want me helping. I'm kind of like, if he wanted me to hold something, I'll hold something. Move something, I'll move something. But I was anyway. He was doing it. So anyway, oh gosh, this is like awful. I'm trying to like talk faster than I can think. But like in my bathroom, there's a window, and so the window is getting removed, and then when they remove the window, it's why I don't even know why I'm telling you this. What's the point of me telling you this? Do you know, Joe? What's the point? There's no point to me telling you this.
But I'm sure our
it's why I didn't go to a sale. Anyway, I was doing. So they're gonna put the bathroom in, and I just don't know how. I don't know how my work life is gonna be with strangers in the house, putting bathtubs in the house. I don't know if I can. My bathroom, I have to like in my room. The bathroom's right here from my room, so I don't know if I want to be trapped in my room while they're doing that, or if I'm going to be able to be. It's right across the hall from here, so I don't know if I can be in here taking pictures. So on Sunday, or Saturday, I was trying to take pictures and stuff so I can make sure I'm listing, and when that's getting done, and I just didn't feel like going to sales. Like it was just, I mean, there's like that stuff to do. Like you have to I had to take out all the towels, everything. Like you know what I'm saying? I like get rid of stuff. You know, why are you laughing, Joe?
I hear you because
You can't put this episode out. This episode we're not releasing this episode.
It's a process. Why we're not releasing the episode?
Because no one cares about my stupid bathroom.
Well, sure, it involves you.
It was on weekend. It was just like, I mean, it just didn't do it. I didn't go. There was no place to go.
I hear you.
Oh, what day did it rain? It rained. Oh, yeah, that was Saturday, and I went to the bins on Friday and I had shoes and stuff. I had stuff to list. Like I have, I just can't. I can't go around buying stuff when I have stuff to list. It's so hard. Like it's just not really in my nature.
I hear you.
But I thought, that's Brunt. It was Brunt boots.
Yeah.
Like right when I walked in, you can't see this either if you're listening on your favorite audio podcast. But a pair of Brunt boots.
Okay.
And they sell for like a.
What are you going to use it? What are you going to use to clean them up?
They sell for like over $100.
That's a good pickup.
Yeah, like one of the first things I found, and then I found it looks like it's like probably some. It's got some dust on it, and I'll probably put some. What is it? Doc Martens Wonder Balm on it.
Yeah.
I felt like I found. Oh, I found a rock hat. The rock.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah. I listed it for like $50 too. It was a pretty good day at the bins. I was pretty happy. I found a pair of Ariat boots. I think they're steel. I don't know if they're steel toe or steel composite. Is there a difference? What's the difference?
Oh, I don't know. Steel toe. I assume. I don't. Is there?
I don't know.
Is there a difference in them?
I don't know. I don't even know which ones they have. Because they're in my trunk. My trunk's filled up with what do you call it? Yesterday. What was yesterday?
Monday.
I'm trying to think what I was doing. Oh, I went to 50% off sale at Goodwill, and I only went to one store because right now I don't have a bath. I don't have a tub in my bathroom. I don't have a bathroom. I have a toilet and a sink. So like I have to go over to my mom's house to take a shower. So like I'm all out of
it's your whole routine's out of whack.
Yes, and like I feel off too. So I mean you're used to your shower, right? Like
yes,
my shower, the water, the pressure. I just ever since I've not taken a shower in my house, like I'm exhausted. I feel stressed out
because of the shower. Who has better water pressure?
I like my shower better here than my mom's.
Better water pressure or better space wise or
space was great.
Yeah.
The only part that's not space wise is we had a window here, so like while I was taking a shower, people could just watch me take a shower, and I was kind of uncomfortable sometimes. Just, you know what else was uncomfortable?
Is it like a high window? Is it
about as tall as it's like waist high, probably
waist high?
Maybe a little bit taller, like a window. I guess like a regular window.
Waist high, but do you have like a frost on it?
Huh? Yeah, it was frost, but like you could still see there's a person there taking a shower.
Okay.
And then sometimes I would like put my head like this and just let the water hit me, and then I might cry a little bit because I'm in the shower, and just so the tears is just you don't know like are those tears or is that just water going down down his face? And it's right by a busy road.
I don't think I've ever been in a shower that had a waist high window.
It's not waist high. It's a regular. I don't know what you like a regular sized window.
I mean, you're 5'6", so
I'm looking at a window right here. I don't know. like this high.
Okay.
I don't know what
And
that means.
then it goes up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's gone. It's gone now.
Are you taking the window out completely?
It's
Are you
out.
putting
I
it?
didn't. My stepdad did.
Is he putting a new
It's
window in or
no. It's
no?
he. What do you call it? I don't know. What he put like drywall and like I don't know some installation and I don't know. He's selling all kinds of stuff. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about all that stuff. That's
Yeah.
what I was here
Yeah.
to help if I needed to be helped, but basically it was like stand back. You suck. He didn't say that. He's nice to me. Get out of my way. It's probably easier if I do it, but sometimes it's like so he's gonna when we got new he has so now there was a he has to finish I don't know what he has to do on the outside because I don't know anything about building stuff, but he has to
Put
add siding
siding
to
up.
the house.
Yeah.
So I was today I think or I don't know if it's gonna be today. He's I have to like hold the siding when he hands it to me. That's my job.
That's your job.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't. I
Like,
mean,
but I do understand that being thrown off with the different shower. You know,
yeah.
I have a shower in my bedroom, and I like that shower better than the hall bathroom. But
Oh,
Lauren don't take my wife doesn't take a shower in the bedroom. She likes the hall shower better, which is I don't know.
well, we
It's the
had like
same
this.
water pressure. I just like you
Well,
know.
we had a different which now makes me nervous because like the shower head and stuff. My mom asked me what I wanted, and I was like, I don't care, mom, just whatever. I'll get
Mhm,
used to it. And then now I'm starting to think because some of that it's completely different than what I had
mhm.
than what she had. So I might be in for a rude awakening.
Are you gonna get one of the removable ones to wash the dog?
No, Dodger gets groomed and he goes to
Uh,
the. My mom and stepdad take him to the pet store. And they have like it's like
they do it
$5. It's like
they
five
do it
bucks.
themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went one time. What did he just do? Because Dodger likes to roll around in like bird poop. If he finds bird poop, does your dog do that?
Yeah. My
I'll turn around. I'll turn around for a second. He's just rolling around. And I used to think it was. I have videos like TikToks of him doing it, thinking it's funny. I didn't know it was bird poop, and he'd get up and he would be like completely covered in bird poop.
yeah,
I'm trying to think what he just did, and I took him. I like my mom. I took him there with my mom, and my mom washed him. It was fine. It was nice because it's like $5, and you get the shower there, and they get towels and stuff, and they clean up after. You know what they do. You know,
yeah,
I get
I
it all
did
taken
that.
care of.
Vader, I have a black lab. I have a black lab and golden retriever, but my black lab, for whatever reason, it's disgusting. Likes to roll, like you said. But I would take him over to the park behind the school, and it's a wooded area back there. After school or whatever, and I let them run, let them off the leash. They run, they play or whatever. Well, he comes back after rolling in something. I don't know what it was. He rolled. It had to be something dead that he that he rolled in. The pet store. So that day, I had my dad's pickup truck with me. I couldn't even put him in the pickup truck. I literally tied him to the in the back of the pickup truck with his leash. That's probably wrong. Should I not say
Oh,
that? It's probably it wasn't a far distance. It was only like 2 blocks. But the pet store was
should
like,
have walked him, Joe. If it's only 2 blocks,
well, I had my dad's pickup truck with me,
you could lock the pickup truck.
but I had Phoenix with me, and I went to walk them next to each other. Vader was dripping with I don't know what. It was so bad. It was so bad. But anyway, I walked in the pet store that has like they have like the tubs that are up like waist high, so you don't have to bend over and break your back. And
Yeah,
the guy at the pet store was just like, no, not today. I'm like,
he
what do you
was.
mean? He's like, he smells too bad. Not today. So he's like, you can use the hose, wash them off outside, and then that's it. So I ended up just washing them off outside. Then I had to bathe them when we got home. So
Did you get it free?
yeah, he just gave me a hose. They had a hose hook up that they fill the big dog bowl out front of the pet store.
Yeah.
But it's on the side. The hose hookup is on the side of the thing. He's like, you can just use that out in the parking lot. So he gave me some Dawn soap and that. But I have no idea what to this day what he rolled around in, but it was awful. So you probably shouldn't let the dog off the leash either. I think that's what moral of the story is.
Oh, Dodger's never off his leash. At my
Uh,
mom's house, maybe. Not here.
no,
I
even in the
want
backyard.
the backyard fenced in back. I have a fenced in backyard, and Dodger walks. I walk him on a leash. The neighbor 2 doors down a couple days ago, she was standing at her back, like looking out her back window, and I swear she was pointing at me. Like they're pointing at me. She was pointing at me while I was walking. They have to think I'm a psychopath. Like just walking around, like walking them in the backyard,
On a
and
leash.
then next door, the old. There was someone who lived in there before the stick lady lived in there.
Okay.
So my neighbor next door, if you don't know, she likes to pick up sticks. When I pulled in from taking a shower today, she had her leaf blower out and was roll. I just broke this. Let's go. I was playing with it. So where was I? Oh, she likes to make sure that there's no sticks on anyone's yard. She goes up and down the street, like picking
Other
up
people's
sticks.
properties too.
Yeah, like I've seen her 2 doors down the one way, and I've seen her. I don't know if I've seen her next door. I guess 2 doors down the other way.
Yeah.
Is about as far. And then I've seen her across the street. But they had when the other person lived in there before, she took down. She built a fence around the house, and then it's like a bi-level, and on her deck that was on the upper level, she built a fence around the side of the deck, so she couldn't see over to our house, and we couldn't see over to their house. So it was really nice. They ripped it down last week, so now like every time I'm outside, they are looking directly in
into your yard.
So I'm outside standing there with Dodger on his leash in my fenced in yard like a psycho. So they're looking at me too. So
Is it the same side as where the shower is?
No, the shower. Well, the shower's the only thing you can the shower faces the backyard,
Okay.
and then there's a parking lot. There used to be a doctor's office, and then now it's like a I don't know, it's some kind of learning facility. So it's kind of it was fortunate enough that when my stepdad was taking out the window, that there was no one there in case I had to use the restroom. Like they were closed because there was like a gaping hole, and I'm just standing there. So I tried to hold it as long as I could, but I had a Mountain Dew and I had an energy drink.
So you had to go.
So yeah, that caffeine goes right through me. I have an offer.
Take it without looking at.
I already looked.
Oh.
I looked. It was the bat. Remember the bat that
that you didn't list for a long time.
That I didn't list forever for like I had it in my list for like a year. And I just listed it not too long ago. I'm gonna probably take it. $30 offer.
What'd you have it listed for?
$39.99.
I would take it.
I'm taking anything, but I'm waiting right now because I feel like I need I don't feel like shipping it today. I've shipped. Not that I mean, how were your sales this week?
So they were all right.
Like
I did. I didn't list much again, so they weren't the best. I did have my payout today. Or no, what's today? Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Was good because I was finally reimbursed from the tennis racket.
Oh, you got your money back?
I did. I spent about 3 hours on the phone talking to 3 different people, and I finally got it back. It is such. I know people talk about, I don't hate eBay. I love eBay. That's all, most of my money comes from eBay, but the customer service is just awful.
I don't know if it's just eBay though. It's everywhere.
Well, yeah,
anything.
I know. But
good customer service anywhere?
No, not really. The only good customer service I ever get is at the bank.
Oh.
And that's, whenever I got to call to the bank for something, which is not very often, but the process of getting on eBay, and it's going to sound like we're complaining. Well, I'm complaining again.
You're complaining. I'm not. I love eBay.
So do I. But I'm just saying the process of getting a hold of somebody at eBay, where you have to get into the chat first, and it literally, there's an option to dispute the I forget what the exact wording is, but it's to dispute a case or dispute a decision for the case or whatever. But whenever I would click on that in the chat with eBay,
Yeah.
from the seller hub where you click on help and all that, it literally would say that the case was closed. And then it would say, if you wanted to appeal a case, I click on that, appeal a case. And then all these things, my returns would come up. And the tennis rackets were one of them. I would click on it. It said that it was closed. You couldn't appeal it. So then to get around that, I had to go back in and said I have a problem with listing. And then eventually I got to the thing where I kept on saying contact agent. They give me the option to have them call me. Well, they called me, but it wasn't somebody from the department that could help me. And there's such a language barrier with, at first it was such a struggle to get to the right person. So I talked to that person for literally about 30 minutes, who told me that they couldn't do anything for me. I finally got switched to somebody else. There was another language barrier. They were from that department, but they told me that they couldn't do anything with me because eBay had already paid out. eBay, had already closed the case and sided with the buyer. And I finally asked to speak to a supervisor. They kind of like said, there's nobody available. A supervisor will get back to me in 24 hours. I told them I wasn't willing to wait. So finally they did transfer me to somebody where I didn't have a language barrier, and it was very easy to talk to and very straightforward. The guy admitted in the message that he broke the tennis racket. He cracked the tennis racket by taking out the strings. And it was pretty clear cut at that point. That guy had to make some, kept me on hold for a little bit, made some phone calls or on his end or whatever. And then he ended up looking through the whole case. And the whole case was that when it went through eBay's thing, the screenshot of that message wasn't there. He opened the item up as item not as described. And in the description or in that little thing, he said, it was item was broken. So that's all they looked at. They didn't look at the context of our conversation and what he wrote back. None of that was in there, even though I screenshotted it and set it in with my appeal on the first time. So once he looked at it, I explained it to him. And he also did say that the other people that I did talk to just pretty much follow a script of what they say. There's no swaying them and anything else like that. They just read from a card, and that's what it was. But I eventually did. It took me 3 hours, literally 2 hours and 57 minutes on the phone. And I got my $210 back, plus the $13 in shipping that the guy received because of he opened it up as a item not as described.
Dang.
So
that's
yeah,
nice.
but literally 3 hours to get that money back, and it should have never even got to that point. But unfortunately, I did ask him. He still gets to keep his money. That money came from eBay. It didn't come from.
Did you block the guy at least?
Yeah. No, I did. But no, I didn't block him. I did. The guy did walk me through to report him as a what do they call it? Like taking advantage of the return policy.
Oh, hey, you should tell everyone in his screen name so we could all block him. I'm just joking, Joe. Don't really.
No, I am going to block him though. I'm pretty sure he's not coming back. I don't have any tennis rackets listed, but
what did you do with those tennis rackets? Throw them away?
I did throw them away because he cut
the parts.
But it was cracked. It was cracked. I don't. The second tennis racket, he cut the strings that go up and down, right? They go left, whatever. A whole
Vertical?
section of the string was cut. The ones that go up and down.
Is that what all was wrong with them?
From that one, I believe so. But I'm never going to restring it. I'm never going to.
You could have sold them. You could have sold them super cheap.
I don't. I got my money back from them. I made profit.
Send them to me. I always sold them for the parts.
They were cursed. They were cursed, Dan. You did not want them.
I don't mind curses. Any other returns you've had this week you want to talk about?
No. I'm not talking about any more returns. That's the last return.
I had a
Knock on
return
wood.
open on me yesterday, Joe.
What's that?
I had a return open on me yesterday for a pair of
Well,
pants. The guy bought them on May 2nd, and on May 27th, he figured out that they're too tight.
well, did you ask him if he put weight on since then, or?
I'm not going to ask him that. You don't want to... Someone said that to me before. Went face to face with a guy I haven't seen since high school. Or this is, I mean, it was a few years after high school. He's like, my God, you put on a lot of weight, is what he told me. Right to my face, Joe.
Oh, yeah. I get that
Me?
too. I get that too when I see somebody I haven't seen in a while.
Jerk.
Eh.
Well, I don't know. What do you... So you went... You said how your sales were. You said they were all right.
They were all right. I shipped out because there was no shipping yesterday. No shipping. I shipped out nine items.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did part of my shipping yesterday. Most of it. I sold that last. Do you remember a while back I did a high bid auction where I bought the stuff and then I was too lazy to drive to go get it. So I paid I paid enough for them to I paid like $40 for them to ship it to me so I could sell the stuff. I finally sold the last piece of, I sold the last. I bought 3 Monster High vehicles. I sold the third vehicle. And after fees and everything, I probably lost $5.
Yeah, I sold an eight Cutco knives, like 8 set of Cutco knives. I did pay up for them. I did think they were worth a little bit more when I first bought them.
Yeah.
But they probably sold in it says right here when I listed them. Like almost 4 weeks. I listed the second week of April. And
really?
they sold for, I paid $60 for them and they sold for $149.
Dang.
So
that's good.
Yeah.
I did I sold a bunch of shoes this weekend. Like a bunch. Oh, you know what I did sell? Do you remember a few years ago I bought like some pins off of you?
Oh yeah, the Aladdin pins, or no? Was it Aladdin?
Like
what were
Disney
they? Movie
pins,
They were
like
movie pins. Yeah,
There's like Disney pins, and then there was. Do you remember? There's. I'm pretty sure it was like Signs M Night Shyamalan.
Oh yeah.
Were those in there too? Those are in there too, right?
Yeah.
I had 10 the Signs movie pins. I have 5 lots of 10, and I sold the first lot.
What'd you get for them?
$5.99.
I think I made it out on that sale.
Oh yeah, it was.
I forget what you paid for them.
$30 or $40. You hosed me on those.
Yeah,
and then so when I pulled out, I didn't. I mean,
they were probably buried. They had to be buried.
I've moved them a few times, but I have like just I used to keep small stuff in a like a plastic drawer out there, but I've since moved it. But they were kind of everything is just jammed into one, and I have all them stupid movie posters or movie things in there, and I didn't even remember how many I had. I didn't realize I had 50 of them, so I pulled out 2, and I was like counting them, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna send the guy both of these. Like I'll just give him both of them, like and just tell him he needed it, and then I was gonna go take it down because then I was like, wait, no, if I send him 20 and I'm like, hey, I thought maybe you could use them, then I'm like, he's gonna open a return and send me 10 back, and then get the 10
get the money back.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then I was like, all right, I'll just keep them. And then I looked, I'm like, I have 50 of these stupid things. You really got one over on me there, Joe.
I did.
That was during my list everything. I need 1,000 listings. And then I would list.
Dude, that might have been longer. That might have been. How long did you say? 2 years?
It might have been.
It might have been longer than that.
Let's see if I can figure it. I know you can just look, but I'm pretty sure that's not one that I've ended and relisted before either. It was. So I did like that. That was a crummy sale. I sold a DVD. I bought a lot of DVDs on like a big lot on Whatnot a few months ago, and a lot of them I've tried to resell them. I've resold a few on Whatnot, and then this was some Tommy Lee Jones movie that I put it through my
what Tommy Lee Jones movie was it?
Electric Mist, I think it was.
Is that with Pam Anderson?
No, I'll look in a second because right now we're looking. Is he in a movie with? Wait, Tommy Lee Jones.
No, not Tommy Lee Jones. Who's the other guy? Who was What was
What's the guy's name? You know Tommy. Is it Tommy Lee Jones, the guy that was in that?
who am
Like,
I thinking of? The rock guy. Who's
is his name Tommy Lee Jones? One of us is wrong. You look that up while I
it might
look
be
up
just
this.
Tommy Lee, right?
Tommy Lee. Yeah, right. And Tommy Lee Jones is the actor.
Yeah,
Isn't he
yeah,
Academy Award winner?
probably.
Whatever, man. What was I saying? It was brand new. It was a brand new sealed movie, and I sold it for $5. And then I sold this. When I go to the bins, I've been buying a bunch of like little toys and stuff. October 14th, 2021. I listed those things.
21.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a long
I
time.
I figured it was, and that's the first set you sold of all those pins.
Yeah, of all the pins. I was too embarrassed to even. A couple times I was like, "Oh, Disney, someone will buy these on whatnot," and I'm like, "I'm too embarrassed to even show these. No one's gonna buy them. Like, no one's buying those."
Show them on your next whatnot show.
I don't know when. Well, my next whatnot show's Friday. It's a food raid train. That's
Oh,
always fun.
you can't use them.
I can't. No, I don't think so. I don't think I can. Nah, none of them have anything to do with food. So that'll be fun. But I don't know when my next show is gonna
Do you
be.
have a Ratatouille one?
I sold Rat Tattooey last week. I don't think
Rat
there's a
Tattooey?
Rat Tattooey. Isn't that what it's called?
I thought it was Ratatouille.
Isn't it Rat Tattooey? It's Rat Tattooey.
Okay.
Um,
You're probably right. I'm from Philadelphia. We don't say things right.
we don't sell anything now. Is that the name of the? I gotta look up this. I got too much stuff going on, Joe. Electric Mist. Yeah. It was and then it sold pretty fast too. I had it sitting in a tote, and I was cleaning it up, and I tried it a few times. You can't see. You can't see it. Well, see if you're watching.
Yeah, that's Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
I was
But it was
thinking of
brand new.
the other guy.
I mean, it took 2 seconds to list that. And, I mean, it's not... I don't really... I mean, it's here. I bought it in a big thing, so I had to list it. And then I had this other thing. Oh, so I've been buying, like, little toys from the bins and collecting them and stuff. And, anyway, I found a Sesame Street toy. What's the count? You know the... I don't know his name.
Cat.
You know what I'm talking about? He counts. He's like
Yeah.
Dracula, and he counts or some Dracula
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
I found it's like one of those. They call them PVC toys. I don't know. Is it made? Because they're not made of PVC pipes, are they?
I don't know.
I mean, do you know what I'm talking about? Those little figure, like.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a little one of those, and I sold it for $5 too. But I didn't have anything to lot it up, and I was like, I'm not gonna save this until I find Sesame Street. I put it in my cart, and then I forgot I had put it in there, and it actually, it wasn't. It had some damage to the head, because if it was in better condition, you could actually sell. It sells for way more, but I listed it for $5 to hopefully sell it fast, and I sold it fast. So that was like That was like $15 for those 3 items. Definitely not worth the signs was the worst sale of my life, I think. And I've sold some really bad stuff, Joe. I put it in I wrapped it up in a 4x4x4 box, and from those, it's like that flimsy box. Remember when you bought those boxes?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's
one of those. I mean, I use those, and I hope it makes it there.
Well, you have 40 other ones in case it doesn't.
Oh, well, yeah. On top of it, that'll be the sale that the guy, he gets it and it gets damaged because I put it in that stupid box, and it's going to get bent, and the guy's not going to say anything. He's going to give me bad feedback, and he's going to be mad. And last week, I think I was talking about I sold the pair of jeans to the person that I had blocked on Poshmark.
Right. How did that turn out for you?
You know what I thought about afterwards? Neither you or Jimmy asked me how I knew it was the same guy. You guys, neither one of you took the time to ask me that.
Well, I would assume that it was the guy. I just assumed maybe it was the guy's same name. Was it?
It was the same first name, same different screen names, but a same first name.
So are you sure that's the guy?
Yes. His first and last name on Poshmark was the exact same as hold on, my stepdad's on his way over. The first name on Poshmark first and last was the same as eBay.
Oh, so it was the same guy. So I was okay assuming that it was the guy's the guy's name that gave it away. Would I have been right?
Wait, what'd you say?
I said so. I was correct with assuming that it was the guy's name that gave it away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just, it'd been nice if you would have asked me.
Well, Dan, Pat left a comment. Did you see it? With you do an excellent job
Mm-hmm.
packing your packages, so maybe you won't have a bad experience
I mean,
with
I
that.
packed it good. It's just one of the because you always hear it like when you sell something super cheap and then people
They're the
like just
word, right?
it's always turns into the biggest hassles. Like I've sold, what did I sell? I mean, I've sold a. It's probably to some person who is younger than me that bought like I don't well, they bought a CD and it wasn't. It was like a single, and in my head, it's someone younger because they don't get CDs anymore. They didn't understand what a single was. So this person like just made like the biggest deal about it only being 2 songs, and then they said it was like it wasn't a CD, it was a DVD, and it was just like this big fiasco with it, and that's what this is gonna turn into be. And I've had those. I sold the I'm sorry.
So did the Gene guy? It went okay. Everything he
Well, he's
received.
got him. He hasn't responded. He hasn't gave me feedback. I feel like a
Mm,
guy like this as a. I mean, I don't. I'm saying this as nice as possible. As
mm,
annoying as he was on Poshmark, that
okay.
he would be on top of giving feedback on eBay. So I'm still scared. I don't know if the calibers of the denims is right, which I understand. Like, I mean, but if I'm not gonna ask someone if they have this certain tool if they can measure the denim because when you feel I like a sturdy jean, but you find those like Levi's and stuff that are kind of lightweight. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like I understand it, but it's like, dude, like you figure it out,
But
man.
I still go back to the same thing, and I'm sticking with it because it happened again. A guy, I'm selling a pair of like vintage Levi's. They're white. They're kind of like off white now. They're
Ugh.
old. I think they were made in the '90s with the date on it or whatever. But he had so many questions about it, and I'm like, do I even respond? He wanted to know the width, which is fine, the width of the leg at the
Yeah.
bottom, then the width at the knee, and then the width at the thigh. 3 questions. You know what I mean? Like, don't you think that like if you're searching for vintage, you know what you're looking for, or was this just the guy that
Well,
was
if he
looking
didn't
for?
have it, maybe he wants to know if those are. He knows what he's looking for, and you don't have those measurements for him. He wants to know them,
Okay.
right?
So anyway, I did unpack them. I took those measurements. I sent them pictures of it. I typed out each measurement, whatever, and I heard nothing from them.
So yeah, so
So at least if I do all that, just look, it's not going to work. They're not my. It's. I'm looking for something wider. I'm looking for something.
thank you, right, Joe? You could say thank you.
That's it. Is that asking a lot?
But you know what you should do is did you edit the listing to add all those things in there now?
I added the pictures.
Yeah, that's what I do. So if it's something that they asked and then if it's something I feel like, all right, I could do it. Cause like something like that, I would do that. As long as it wasn't below 0 outside or if I could get to it. Like the person wants to know I'm desperate for sales today. Like
Yeah,
I need
but
to sell
I
some stuff.
know. I know when I receive those questions. I think it's. I wish. I mean, you can't keep track of all of it, but they barely turn out to ever work out in a sale, regardless of what question it is. Like anything,
You might
if
come
it's
back.
if it has to do with measurement or something, like I almost feel like if you're asking those questions, you really don't want the item. So
Well,
why you shouldn't even respond. The
the
best is
guy
the color of something.
Well, I had a person that wanted to know it was a pair of slip-on shoes, and they wanted to know what the from the toe to the top of the the part of the shoe that goes over the top of your foot. They wanted to know the length of that so they could see how much of their foot was going to be covered up. And they asked me, I had the shoes. If it was out in the garage, I would have just like oh, whatever. I'm not doing this. But I was desperate for sales that day, and the shoes were in here. So I did it and
So
did not hear from them. I added the pictures, and then like a month later, a month or so later, I think, they asked me the same question again, and I got snippy with them, and I was like, "You asked me that like whatever a month, 2 months ago, whatever, or what?" And they ended up buying them,
oh, okay. So all right.
but then they returned them. So
Uh,
they said that they were torn in the inside, and they sent a picture, and it was torn in the inside, and the tear. I don't know if they tore it when they were trying to put their foot into it. If they
yeah,
needed a wide foot.
a wide foot into a narrow shoe. Is that what they were doing then?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
if it tore on shipping, whatever. So I don't know. It was the same. Like it had a few marks on it that when they sent them back to me, I checked it to make sure they didn't just send me their shoe back. Oh, I missed the part where they sent me an offer for like $12 on. It was like $20 pair of shoes, and they wanted to sell them for $20 or $12. And I'm like, I did that extra work. It's worth $8 to me. So,
Right.
but then I was making sure that they weren't just trying to put one over on me, and they
Yeah.
weren't. But I ended up just giving them all their money back, Joe, plus their shipping, because I didn't want the hassle.
All
They'll
right.
probably give me
Well,
bad
I
feedback.
I still sticking to my story, and I believe it that there is no way that any of those questions come out and result in a sale.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. Dan,
That sucks.
we had a few comments about your rants last week. You have any rants this week, or are we toning it
I mean,
down this week?
the rants are just like they kind of come to me as we talk, or however whatever you might say something that might set me off, Joe. So if you start
It might
talking, I might
trigger
turn.
you.
Yeah,
Is that
but
what
I don't
the
even, what was I talking? I don't remember what I was ranting
uh,
about last week.
you went on a couple rants apparently.
Mm, maybe.
Mainly, I think it was about yard sales, I believe.
Oh yeah, because yard sales weren't very good. I was saying they weren't good. I was. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to make someone come out here and. I'm not saying well. I don't want to go back and say the same thing. It's tough. Sometimes it's tough to find a yard sale that's good. Oh, good. I got a return request. Let's look at that live. Just
Are
got
you
a return request, Joe.
are you serious?
Okay.
This might set them off, but stay tuned. It might set them off.
Oh, because a few weeks ago we said it was a jinx to talk about returns,
It
and I
is.
said I was gonna keep talking about it.
Well,
I'm
you
not gonna
are.
let it set me. I'm not gonna be upset about it.
Okay.
So at least they took it wasn't anything I did. It was a pair of bicycle shorts. They don't fit. The
Th-
shorts fit too loosely to work well for me. So they
th-
just must. I mean, they probably I just shipped them out.
did they
Which
try them out? You think they did a ride in them?
it could have been like a Memorial Day ride. They just got them.
It
They
could have
bought them on
been.
May 23rd, and they got delivered on May 28th, and they started. Oh, they just got delivered today, and they started the return. I mean, they didn't work out. Like that's fine. I'll survive. They
All
pay
right.
returns,
They
but so
pay
do I.
returns.
The buyer pays returns for
Okay.
me for that. For that they'll pay. But the
This
point is, every time I do this, I always say, "Do I block that person now?"
well,
Like they
this might be.
I'll
I
probably
just want
not
to point
block
this
it.
out. This might be. I don't think I ever seen you react to a return this good. I mean,
I don't ever
you're.
get mad about a return. I mean, not like crazy. If selling clothes, they're gonna get returns, Joe. My
Okay.
point is the guy who made some pants. He bought them June or May 2nd, and he returns them on May 27th. He's had plenty of time with those pants. Like,
He probably
are you
wore them
serious?
twice.
He could have put them like. I mean, seriously, they just sat there for 2 weeks. Now it's good. He has until June 18th to return them. He bought them May 2nd. Like that'll get me going, Joe.
Oh,
But this
okay.
person just got them today. They're gonna as long as they return them tomorrow, I can get them and list them by the end of the week.
Do you think the pants guy could have shrunk them?
Probably. They're what were they? I think they're J. Crew pants.
He,
Yeah, they're a pair of
he probably put them in a
khakis.
dryer.
He probably. I mean, he probably ruined them, Joe. I mean, but I mean, I don't think I get that mad about returns, do
Okay.
I? You're see, I think you're telling people you're trying to get me going. You're
I'm
making
not.
me out to be some kind of animal, and I'm not.
I'm not trying to get you going. Did you block that guy yet?
I will block that person, but I think I won't block this person Because I mean, returns, if it's something like that, you know, unless they didn't go on their morning ride with them, that would be the only thing. And I bought those. I found their women's bicycling shorts, and I found them in the men's shorts section a few weeks ago in the half off sale, and they were priced for like $3.99, and then so they like I buy something like that, it's half off, and then it really helps my average buy cost for shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
that's the only reason I bought them too. But it did sell fast. What did they sell for?
How much? Yeah, I was just gonna say
Probably not like a ton. Like
$20.
yeah, I'm gonna guess probably 15. Let's see. $20. Yeah, $20 plus shipping.
Yeah. They,
They're
yeah, Dan, they didn't fit me. I'm returning them.
Pearly Zoomy. Wait, did you buy them? You didn't. I would know if you bought them.
Pearl Zumi, right?
Pearly Zoomy.
Yeah.
I saw the brand and I think like I thought it was a good brand. I'm pretty sure I have some bicycling jerseys.
I think that's a good brand.
I think so, but I feel like I have some jersey shirts that have been listed forever on there. So whatever.
So it's good to see that you didn't overreact with this. You might not block them. You changed,
Well,
Dan.
no, I'm gonna block the first guy.
Yeah.
I swear. I tell it. No, I know. I remember. I say all the time. I don't get upset about returns. I get upset with some of the way people return things, or if they lie, they make up something and they say something bad. But I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I've been getting a ton of returns anyway. So
Well, that's
like,
because we got to stop talking about them. But you clearly
we
like to
keep talking
torture.
about them, Joe. We have to power through it. It's just like if you're not selling anything, you got to keep listing. Which I gotta list some stuff today.
Yeah, I got to list some stuff today.
I've only been listing like 5 things a day right now. And I have like 8. I have like 8 more things to list today, but I want to take some pictures. Those Hokas I was showing earlier. These things, like the other one. They just need shoelaces.
Did they come with shoelaces or they didn't?
One has a shoelace. You can't see this if you're listening, but if you're watching, you can see it. So one doesn't have a shoelace. Another guy at the bins, he found like these. Look at the tread on these things. Like they're really good. They're Bondi 8s. Like even the insoles, like so they look really good. Except for I didn't notice that until the other day. I was gonna. They're like this part's tore on the ankle. You see the heel. You can see that, but this guy like saw him and he was like, "Oh, there's something wrong with those." And I'm like, "What's wrong with them? They look brand new." And he like this front part right here. See that little like whatever that is? He thought it was like they were ripped, so like he threw them back. And then I think he wanted me to give them back to him, and I said no.
Oh, you said no to him?
He didn't ask, but I was like, "Oh, no, that's fine. It looks good." But then I saw the heel thing. Like I've sold them way worse than that.
Yeah,
So they'll be okay.
I had a pair of Hoka shoes and they did that like a few weeks after wearing them. So
you bought them new?
yeah, I bought a pair.
And they did that?
Yeah.
I swear, Hokas suck, right?
They might have lasted me 2 months, and the bottoms were like
awful, right?
Yeah,
I think they're
down.
garbage.
Yeah. And I didn't run in them. I'm not a runner. You know what I mean? Like I was just using them as
they look cool.
around everyday shoe.
They look comfortable, but I don't think they last very long.
They don't last long.
Yeah, they look really nice. I mean, they're cool looking shoes, but the way you see them, it looks like someone. I don't know where they were running. I don't know where they were running.
On a cheese grater. They're like ripped up at the bottom.
Yeah, they're like all tore up, and I mean, they're always ripped up. It's like it's crazy how they're always like that. You don't find a lot of shoes like that. I wear Skechers. I try to find some Skechers that have those like the nice big sole, like thick sole. Yeah. That's what makes those look like they're really nice. So
Dan, you still selling your cards on your card?
Oh shoot! I'm glad you said that. I sold 2 cards today. I have 1 day shipping on that channel.
1 day, yeah.
Yeah, so I did it. Well, I guess I don't know if we talked about it on here at all. Like I haven't been able to list on there in like 2 weeks now. I was doing really good. I was trying to My plan is on there. So I bought some stuff from a listener, Eddie, and he gave me some cards, just like low end sports cards, and so I was like, oh, I like to look through them. I like looking at sports cards. So I was like, I'm gonna do something different with them because they're you have to do the standard envelope. I might have mentioned that before. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Stop me if I did. But the tracking on it's awful.
Yeah.
So oh yeah, when Tim was on, and I don't want that to be tied up with my regular eBay sales. So I ended up putting it on my other account, and I was listing. I don't have a lot of time. I haven't had a lot of time to work on it. I was trying to work on it like one day a week, and just get out. Like I was trying to list 10 cards a day to start off with until I have no idea how to store them. If you start like, I mean, I have to figure that out. But what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, but I did a month payouts on that store. It's not a store. It's just a regular account. You can do month payouts, and I was wanting to use this month to try to see how much money I can make in a month just selling those, and it's been $12 because I haven't really listed on there.
Yeah.
But I sold 2 cards this weekend because now I've changed my mind and I'm thinking about just making some lots instead
Of cards.
I just make some card lots, and then I was trying to think like if they're dollar cards and selling them for I don't know. I don't see. It's all kind of like that. Like I either take the time and spread it out because it's something to do. Like when I worked, reselling was like my hobby, and now that I do this I don't have a hobby. I don't do anything. All I do is mess with this all day.
Yeah.
I guess I could do videos.
I just bought some cards from Carrie on his Whatnot show yesterday. Few Phillies cards. So.
Oh, did you get like a lot or they just?
No, they were singles. He was selling them singles. It was a Chase Utley numbered card. JT Realmuto 2022. I think it was graded PSA 9. And some soccer player that I had no idea, but I was sitting with my son and I asked him who that is, if he ever heard of him. And he said, yeah. So I got real good deals on them. So
I did some cards last week on, I don't remember what day, maybe it was Thursday, Friday. I don't know. On Dibbed It. There was Tim over the years, he did I caught him and Vintage Sports Flips, Keith. They both did, like there's like a card train over there.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Commonwealth Picker kicked it off. I missed that, but then I saw Tim was doing it, so I was watching it, and then I started buying cards.
What did you buy anything good?
I don't honestly remember. I'll have to show you when I get them. I don't really remember. It must have been Friday because they said that Tim said they'd go out Tuesday because of the holiday, so it was Friday.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Some baseball. Because I watched Tim's baseball, or his sports card YouTube channel, and it's some guy he's always talking. He's always talking about these guys. And one's like a Baltimore Oriole, and he's like an Oriole fan. It's like the last time I got some cards from Tim on Whatnot, I was buying these Orioles, and then I think there might be a Cub in there. I'll buy a Cub, and then I was trying to bid on some football cards with Keith, and then I ended up like. I didn't really. There was a Mims from Denver, I think. I think he's a wide receiver, and I was gonna buy it, and then I like this. Some other guy was bidding on every time I would bid. He was like outbidding me on things, and then I conceded this Mims card, and then afterwards I looked it up. I should have kept on bidding. It was I think he sold. I think Keith only sold it for like $10 or something, and it sells for like $25. I'm like, I wish I would have looked it up before. Yeah. But I hate it because I couldn't watch. I couldn't stay long. So I don't know. I know there's a few other people afterwards, but I needed to go and I couldn't. So I always get nervous when I'm watching an auction. If you want to see anything, let me know because I feel like it tells people that you want it. So then like I feel like they're gonna.
You have to buy it.
Let me have it. They're gonna. If you like anything I really want, someone's always wanting it. I mean, it's probably because it's something cool. But I always feel like I'm fighting with someone for it, and then I end up spending way too much. And like the Mims was a cool card. I wanted an auto. I wanted an autograph card, and Keith had some of those. So I was like, oh, I know Mims, like a receiver, because I ended up buying some quarterback for the Vikings. Some backup guy I think he started a game like I don't remember his name. Heron, I think. I don't know. Whoever he was like $2 or something. But I was just like Keith had some autos and I wanted an auto, so I saw Mims. So I asked him to put it up because I couldn't stay. I was having to go, and I just gave up because I was like, oh, I don't like. Do I really like? What do I really want to know about Mims?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, who do you look for? Do you look for Chicago team? Like I usually look for. I'm a sucker for Philly
I like
sports,
the
so
cards.
I
I like looking at if it's a cool card. I like those,
Mhm.
but I don't. It's tough. I get tough. No, I don't get tough. I get nervous because I get obsessed with it and I'll start bidding. I'll buy everything because I like the cards, but I kind of like this looking at the cards and then I'll buy. If I just like the looks of a card, I'll want that card. No, nobody's specific. The only thing I used to collect was LaShawn McCoy.
yeah, he's got a podcast now. You listen to his?
No, you told me about it. No,
Yeah.
between I listened to I don't know how many of the reseller podcasts. I listened to quite a few of them. Oh yeah, we're like now. Oh, we're about to finish.
Yeah.
I haven't like so the Thursday. I'm gonna be on the locker room.
Yeah.
The reseller locker room podcast.
Nothing like mentioning it now. An hour and 20
I
minutes.
should have.
Yeah, especially
the person that's gonna listen to that, they're gonna be hardcore leftover fan. They're gonna listen.
No,
to
we might have lost them talking about sports cards. So.
Oh yeah, way to go, Joe.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. I'm recording that later today.
Yeah.
Tonight, and then that'll be Thursday. So if you're listening to that, maybe it'll probably be a better show than this, right, Joe? Joe, can we put this out? Should we put this out or just a practice round?
Why not? What are we going to put out then?
We could just I don't know. You say something. Say something. Just say sorry, guys. Say it right now. Sorry, guys. We're not doing an episode this week.
No.
We'll see y'all next week.
No, I think we should put it.
Episode 32.